Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here in Foley Square. We're covering the Southern District of New York Courthouse today, Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. Now, overnight we covered a filing in the Julian Assange case. Yes, there's a case of those who visited Julian Assange in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. They've sued, among others, Mike Pompeo for reading their phones. And in yesterday's filing, which is basically opposing a motion to dismiss, they quoted from Pompeo's memoir, where he said he was with his wife and son and reading about extrajudicial killings. It's quite you can find the memo, you can find the story on Inner City Press, the memo on Patreon. Check it out. In other news, Miles Guo Wengui, he has a trial date, April 8th, 2024, and apparently he'll have an air-gapped laptop in the run-up, so there's that. Today in the SDNY, there's the case of Trevor Bickford. He attacked 3 NYPD cops New Year's Eve in Times Square. There's reference to the Quran, to radicalization. What I can also say is that down in D.C. there's an incredible case. It's Mr. Nizar Trabelsi, who's a world-class soccer goalie, footballer from Tunisia that was charged right after 9/11 and has been locked up ever since. Now he's in the U.S. since 2006. Belgium had him at first, and yesterday in DDC, the District of Columbia, this Belgian guy, quite arrogant, was being questioned about how he had questioned Trabelsi back in the day, 2002. Was he chained to the table? He was. Really shocking. We're going to continue to follow that case. But what we can say in terms of the UN, of course, has never been able to define terrorism. And in fact, Guterres, the Secretary General, has gone around and actually met with terrorists and then tried to cover it up. Can't handle questions, throws the press out. But now, amid the destroyed dam in Ukraine, yesterday, Guterres celebrated. According to his spokesman, Stefan Dujarric, who refuses to answer any questions about it from the press, Guterres celebrated Russia Language Day. Yes, that's today's United Nations, absolutely corrupt. It wasn't enough to sell out to China about the Uyghurs. They've got to keep on moving, and they will, and we won't cease. We will continue to push to be readmitted to ask those very questions. But now we're into the court. To be continued.